This is Hume Lake Fire and Rescue's Engine 70. It is a 2006 Pierce Type 3. It is part-time four-wheel drive with an automatic snow change system that engages from the cab. The pump is a Farley 1,000 gallon per minute single stage pump with a 500 gallon water tank. Hume Lake Christian Camp bought it new in 2006 and ordered it with those specific options included. She has a little over 7,000 miles, but it is regularly used in their training sessions and saw extensive service protecting the camp and surrounding areas during the very large rough fire in August of 2015. We'll be cruising around Hume Lake Christian Camp today to go get some ice cream with my good friend Kevin Ward. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Jessica Quinalty, and this is Firefighters and Fire Trucks Getting Ice Cream. Today we have a special edition. We're at Hume Lake Christian Camp for the Firefighters for Christ retreat, and I'll be hanging out with Kevin Ward today. He's actually the fire chief of Layton City Fire Department in Utah, and we actually used his fire engine for the very first episode. Me and Kevin actually met at Fire Shows West Reno. Didn't know that we actually attend this conference every year together, so I'm actually going to hang out with Kevin from Layton City Fire Department, Utah, talk about some ice cream, and see where it goes. So here we are to pick up Kevin. Hey, buddy. What's going on, man? It's a big step, so be careful. Yeah, it's a big step. Oh, man. All right. So we've been talking about getting together since the first episode, since I got to borrow your rig.
Yeah,
and, I think that was part of it. Was hey, you get to use my rig in one of the shows. I get to be in one.
That's right. Yeah, I get to be part of that. Yeah, that was great. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
You did a really nice job on that engine.
It definitely looks really clean, and it looks good now that we've seen video of it in the station rolling, code, and it definitely looks pretty clean. So
yeah, everybody's loving it. We're real pleased with it. That's for sure.
Good. Well, we're gonna go down here and get some ice cream. Actually, we're at Hume Lake, one of the best places to get a shake ever.
Absolutely.
So it should be pretty easy to find ice cream over here. And really, we don't have that far to go, so we're just going to kind of cruise around the property and kind of see some cool stuff. But
okay,
how long have you been coming to the Firefighters for Christ retreat?
I've been coming up here, up to Hume, probably now for about the last 14 years or so.
Okay.
We used to go to the Firefighters for Christ International Fellowship Breakfast.
Awesome.
That was down in Irvine for quite some time. And back in the early 80s, and that's where we really got to know John and Jane White, and really got to develop a great relationship with them. And then once the conference kind of moved to spring, it was a little easier on the schedule to get up here for us.
Right. Now, at that time, you were still in Arizona.
Yes.
Okay. And then where were you at in Arizona?
I was with the Chandler Fire Department. Spent almost 24 years there.
Okay.
Spent a lot of time as a captain paramedic and promoted to battalion chief in the last few years of my career down there before I retired out of Arizona and took a fire chief job up in Utah.
Gotcha. And during that time frame when you were coming up here, what was some of the things that you were it was changing your mindset on how you do as a fire service instructor and as a fire chief? How does this place actually kind of mold and shape that, and where is it taking you today?
Well, I think the important thing about this conference, is that it's a chance for you to kind of get a little renewal and a chance for you to really do some kind of self-reflection too. It's the firefighter retreat up here is just a great opportunity to kind of spend some time networking with people from fire service from actually throughout the world. People here from Northern Ireland and people from Sweden and Germany that come, and so gives you a great perspective. But I think more importantly, it's a time for me to get to spend some time with some of my mentors and personal mentors. John White, who was one of the co-founders of Firefighters for Christ out of Los Angeles Fire Department, a legendary fire service captain out of Los Angeles and was able to spend a lot of time with him. There were times that my wife and I would actually just drive over from Arizona just to spend an hour with them at their house, just to spend that mentorship time. So I think spending time with them and spending time with our other believers that we could be with and spend some time with, I think was an opportunity for us to really get out and you kind of get away from your home environment and up in this beautiful place up here.
Well, this is me and my wife's eighth year coming up here, and crazy enough, we actually we found out about this at Firehouse World. I had a booth there that year, and to tell you the truth, me and my wife were going through some pretty hard times because that's right at the beginning that Red Helmet training was starting to become really, really busy. And it got to the point where I wasn't making sure that I was spending enough time with her and managing the balancing act of working shift, running the business, and teaching a lot more often, and all the things that go along with it. And I seriously thought that she was literally getting to the point that she was going to make me choose. Are you Red Helmet training or me, Yep. And this training company is something that I've had envisioned in my fire service career for a long time, you know, and I didn't want to have to face that fact that could that even be a possibility. And so we were going through a pretty turbulent time in our life, and it just so happened to be that one of my other instructors actually watched the kids that night. We went out to San Diego to the gas lamp, got to hang out and actually spend quality time together without the kids, which doesn't happen too often for us, and reconnect. And during us reconnecting, she said, well, while I was out on the show floor, I found this booth for Firefighters for Christ, and they have a firefighter retreat every year. Would you want to go? And she seriously thought I was going to say no. And I'll tell you what, it was the best thing that ever happened to us, because it changed our outlook on life. A couple years later, Loria came into the world, which she wasn't part of the picture before, but after we kind of reconnected. So it's been a big growth for me coming up here. And like I said, 8 years now. We've been able to get close to John White, and unfortunately he passed this year.
Yes.
So, and I think me and you had talked about it before. Actually, I was looking to actually do this show with John White while we're here, and unfortunately, with him passing,
big shoes to fill here. Certainly not a substitute for John White, but he was just a tremendous man, and his legacy and his lasting impact, and just what he created through this organization and through the worldwide influence that he's had, and it's just such a phenomenal organization that has done so much for the fire service in general, and just able to do so much for the couples coming up, and we get in that same boat. You and I both know in our profession, the incidence of divorce and the struggles we have in our relationships is higher than virtually any other profession out there, and so we have to deal with this, and so coming up here and really learning what it means to be a great husband, to be a great father, to be a great leader of your family, this just gives us that opportunity to do it. And John certainly, with his influence over both of our lives and the time that we spent, it was it's been a great loss, but the legacy of FFC will continue on, and the board's got some great direction and going to carry on the mission. So great.
And their connection to Hume Lake, looking out to this.
Yeah.
We're going to get to go eat ice cream in front of this.
Yeah, we're eating ice cream. I think it's still about 34 degrees outside right now.
That's okay. It doesn't bother me, but we get to eat ice cream out here in front of this.
This is beautiful. Even as a grew up in Southern California, this was our summer camp retreat for our church that I grew up in, and so it's to come back again. And now my kids come in here, and their opportunity to come here for summer camp. It's just been great. This is just such a great place with some real special memories for me.
Well, we'll continue to make some more, but this time we're going to do it on camera. So we're going to get some ice cream and figure it out.
All right.
All right. Beautiful day.
That is.
Yeah, we got to come up for New Year's camp. It was snowing like crazy, but I always like coming up for this one. It gets to kind of relax. And
Hey, how are you?
Well,
Good.
what can we get for you?
You know, I'm just going to do a single scoop of the cookie dough.
Cookie dough ice cream?
Yeah, that's
Awesome. And that's all you're after?
What's that?
That's all you're after?
yeah, I'm gonna actually get a chocolate shake as well.
Chocolate shake?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, you guys?
That's it.
Could I get a name for the order?
Jesse.
Jesse. Awesome. $10.05, Jesse.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's the least of my worries.
You guys enjoying your weekend?
Oh yeah.
We are.
Firefighters for
Absolutely.
Christ weekend is always great.
Awesome. Would you like your receipt?
Too bad.
No thank you.
Okay. We'll have that in a few minutes for you guys.
Great. Thank you very much.